Cavaliers against Raptors. The Cleveland Cavaliers have finished the season really strong. They are 12-3 in the last 15 games, if we count also game one of the series. They are 19-7 since the James Harden traded. They are 17-6 when both Harden and Mitchell play together. This season is going to be crucial for the Cleveland Cavaliers, especially because of how they were eliminated last season by the Indiana Pacers. If we look at things, keeping in mind the results the Indiana Pacers obtained in that playoff run, we can, maybe explain why the Cleveland Cavaliers got out of the playoff by Tyrese Haliburton and his teammates. But and obviously the injuries were a big part of that series. But I felt, and also the city of Cleveland felt, that that Cleveland team should have made that next step that they are requiring from this Cleveland team, especially after the big trade deadline they had in February, when they traded away Darius Garland and they acquired James Harden, but they also acquired key players that will probably be helpful in their playoff run, like Keon Ellis, Dennis Schroeder, and so on. But getting into the series, this Cleveland team with James Harden has an elite isolation threat and probably the best one-on-one player in the league, despite James Harden's age. And the Toronto Raptors having Immanuel Quickley, who did not play in Game 1 but will probably be available for the rest of the series, and RJ Barrett, two weak links among the Raptors defense. And the Cleveland Cavaliers, other than James Harden, also have Donovan Mitchell, who is another player that can attack you off the dribble in isolation situations. So there will probably be a matchup problem for the Toronto Raptors. In Game 1 they didn't have Immanuel Quickley, but they started with Jamal Chet. I personally don't think that this is a good solution, because Jamal Chet is not a bad defender, but if we're talking about size, I don't think that Chet can realistically contest the James Harden's step-back shots. So I think that the Toronto Raptors probably will need to have Scottie Barnes as the primary ball handler, get rid of any, we can say, point guards in terms of height. So I think the solution is getting rid of the point guards, having Scottie Barnes handle the ball and do the point guard tasks, and maybe adding Ochai Agbaji to the starting lineup. So this way RJ Barrett could be matched up with Jalen Tyson or Dean Wade, who was the player starting for Cleveland in Game 1. So they can defensively hide him, we can say, while James Harden and Donovan Mitchell could be paired up with Brandon Ingram, or better, Ochai Agbaji, and Scottie Barnes. This way I think that the Raptors defense could be, we can say, fixed. And there will probably be only another problem for the Raptors defense, which is Jakob Poeltl. Attacking Poeltl's drop coverage was an easy point to figure out throughout the Game 1, and the Harden-Allen pick and roll was the main weapon that Cleveland utilized yesterday in Game 1, and that action was particularly effective when Jarrett Allen set the screen near the half-court line. So Poeltl had to step up and step outside the three-point line, and this way Allen's rolls and Harden's penetrations were almost unstoppable for the Raptors defense. And when they did try to stop this action. There were Cleveland shooters in the corners like Dean Wade, like Max Strus especially, so like Sam Merrill. So I don't know how the Raptors will figure this out. One solution might be playing with Murray Boyles as the center, or maybe playing with Mamukelashvili as the center and trying to do some aggressive coverages. Maybe switching could also be a solution, but I'm not a big fan of switching against great isolation players like Harden and Mitchell. But maybe hedging could be easier with someone like Mamukelashvili, who can recover way more quickly than Poeltl. There are some solutions that Rajakovic can do. I'm really curious to see them, and it's not an easy series for Rajakovic to prepare game plan wise, because in terms of matchup, Cleveland is probably one of the worst teams that Toronto could have faced in this Eastern Conference. Toronto takes a lot of shots inside of the three-point arc. They're the sixth team in the league for two-point frequency, while the Cleveland Cavaliers are the fourth best defense in the paint in the whole league. And that's pretty intuitive when you play with Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen. So, in game one, Toronto stayed close to Cleveland in terms of scoring as long as their three-point shot went in. Scottie Barnes went 3 for 3 outside of the three-point arc in first quarter. This is probably not sustainable for Toronto, and it wasn't sustainable even in game one when the three-point shot started to, the percentages came back to earth, and the Raptors shot in a, we can say, ordinary way, normal way. Cleveland made the run and closed the game, we can say, in the third quarter. But Toronto didn't do much offensively to balance this Cleveland offensive power. They mainly tried to attack their defense with Scottie Barnes in post-up situations against the smaller players, and other than that, they just played static pick and rolls and static situations that it can be something good with players like RJ Barrett and Brandon Ingram for some parts of the game when your offense is a little bit sluggish and you're not really in rhythm. But in the long run, I don't think that this is something sustainable for the Toronto Raptors, and this is why I see Cleveland winning this series in 6 games.